this video, we'll discuss about divide players into teams of equal skill. First, let's understand the question. You are given a positive integer array skill of even length n, where skill of I denotes the skill of ith player. Divide the players into n by 2 teams of size 2 such that the total skill of each team is equal. The chemistry of a team is equal to the product of skills of the players in that team. Return the sum of chemistry of all the teams, or return -1 if there is no way to divide the players into teams such that the total skill of each item is equal. So what they are saying is, if you are having this array 3, 2, 5, 1, 3 and 4 with the length of 6. So you need to divide this array into n by 2 pairs, that is 6 by 2, which is 3 pairs, such that the sum of the element of each pair is equal. Meaning, if I have 3 pairs x1 and x2, x3 and x4 and x5 and x6, so all of their sum should be equal. So we need to divide our array into these 3 pairs. Now after we have achieved this, we need to calculate the chemistry. So the chemistry is what? So it is the skill, every pair's skill will be multiplied and we'll add them. So it is x1 into x2 plus x3 into x4 plus x5 into x6. Okay, so all the pairs multiplication will be summed up, so this will give you the chemistry, right? Then whatever is this expression's value, that you need to return. Now in cases where it is not possible to convert this array into n by 2 pairs where the sum of each pair is equal, in that case you need to return -1, since it is not possible, right? So now if you see here, the total number of elements is in this array is 6. That means we need to form n by 2 pairs, which is 3. So using and I can also calculate the sum of my array. I can calculate the sum of this array, right? The sum of this array will be 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 5 10, 10 plus 1 11, 11 plus 3 14 and 14 plus 4 18. So sum will be 18. So with this information, can I calculate what will be the sum of my each pair? My sum is, I have the sum, I know in how many pairs I need to divide it, which is n by 2. So this will be 18 divided by 6 by 2, which is 18 divided by 3, which is 6, right? So that means whatever n by 2 pairs I'll get, the sum of each pair will be 6. So this is going to be my target, right? So I have found a formula for my target, which is target equals to the total sum of my array divided by the number of pairs, which is n by 2. So this is going to be my target. Now if in case my sum when divided by n by 2 does not give me the remainder 0, meaning the sum is not divisible by n by 2, then that means I cannot divide them into such pairs. So in that case, I'll simply return -1. Now this is not the only condition for -1, but this is one of the conditions. Afterwards also, when we are creating the pairs, that time also we need to check whether are we able to divide them or not. Okay, so this is what we have done till now. Now for finding out such pairs, if you see in this array 3 2 5 1 3 4, 3 can be paired with what? 3. So I'll get 6 as the sum, right? Then 2 shall be paired with 4, then I'll get the sum as 6. And if I pair 5 with 1, then I'll get the sum as 6. So these are my required pairs. Now if you closely look here, that the smallest element is being paired with the largest element. the second smallest element is being paired with the second greatest element, and the third smallest element is being paired with the third greatest element, right? So if we do like this, we are able to achieve our pairs. So what we can do, we'll sort this array. So we'll get 1, 2, 3, 3, 4 and 5, right? And we'll maintain two pointers, one at this and one at this. And we'll keep on checking whether, so let's suppose this is left and this is right. So we'll keep on checking that if the sum of left plus target, sorry, left plus right is equals to target or not. If at any point it is not equals to target, then that means here we cannot form a valid pair. So in that case, we'll return -1. Okay. And if it is if it is equal to target, then we can add it in our chemistry. So we can maintain a chemistry variable and we can add chemistry here. So we'll simply do, if let's suppose my array name is A, so I'll do A of left into A of right. And since we need to add it every time, we'll do plus equals to here. Okay. Now here, so this is how we can approach the problem. We will be able to identify in what cases we can do and in what cases we cannot do, and if we can do, then what will be the chemistry, right? So the complexity of this will be n log n. Why? Because we are sorting the array first, right, and then iterating it in it. So for iterating it will be n, and for sorting it is n log n, so that overall complexity will be n log n. So now, can we avoid sorting our array? Is there some other way through which we can achieve this problem without sorting the array? So let's see. So if you see here, this is my array 3, 2, 5, 1, 3, 4. See, now if I am picking up this 3, now if if this 3 has to be paired with some element x, then the condition that it should satisfy is that 3 plus x should be equals to 6. 6 was our target that we got, right? So 3 plus x should be equals to 6. Only then it is a valid pair, right? So x will be equals to 6 minus 3, which is 3. Then if I am at 2, then what I'll do? I'll do 2 plus x equals to 6. So x will be 6 minus 2, which is equals to 4. So what is this giving me? That if one of my element is 2 in the pair, then the other element should be 4. Only then it will be a valid pair. I can pair 2 only with 4. I can pair 3 only with 3, right? This one number I am already having, other number I can calculate with the formula and then I can check, right? So here if you see that if I am getting a number 2, then it should be paired with 4. So if 2 is there, then 4 should also be there in my array. If it is, then we can form a pair, and if it is not, then we cannot form a pair of 2 with any of the number. And another thing is, if I have 2, if I have the element 2 two times in the array, then the element 4 should also be present 2 times, right? Only then we can pair these two together. So meaning, whatever is the frequency of 2 should be the frequency of 4. Only then I will be able to pair all of them together. So here we are dealing with the elements, the target and the frequencies of all these elements, right? So to approach this, what we can do is, let's remove all of this. This is my array 3 to 3 to 5 1 3 4. So what I'll do, I want to know the frequency of each element, right? So for that, what we are going to use? Map. Inside my map, key value. So in the key, I will store the element, and in the value, I'll store the frequency. So we have 3, the frequency of 3 is 2. Then we have 2, its frequency is 1. Then we have 5, its frequency is 1. Then we have 1, its frequency is 1. Then we have 4, its frequency is 1. So this ordering depends on the type of map you are using. If you are using unordered map, then these keys will be in unsorted order. And if you are using an ordered map, then these keys will be in sorted order. But we don't require them to be sorted, so you can use any of them. Now what we'll do is, we have the map, we have all the elements, and we have their corresponding frequencies, right? So we will iterate inside this map. For every key, we'll check that when it is subtracted with the target, then whatever number, whatever difference we are getting, is the frequency of that difference and this particular element is equal or not. So in this case, first we'll get 3. So we'll calculate for 3. So target minus 3 will be 3. Then that means that the frequency of 3 should be equal to the frequency of 3, right? So which will always be equal. So this is a valid pair, 3 comma 3. Next comes 2, right? Now when we'll do target minus 2, which is 6 minus 2, we'll get 4. Now we'll check whether the frequency of 2 and 4 are equal or not. So if we see here, 2 has frequency 1, 4 has frequency 1. So we can say yes, this is a valid pair. So 2 comma 4. Then we'll come at 5. So now for 5 it will be 6 minus 5, that is 1. So we'll check the frequency of 5 and 1. So this is also same, 5 is also 1 time and 1 is also 1 time. So this is also a valid pair. And similarly, we can check for 1 and 4 also. So now in this case, when you are checking whether these uh, pairs are valid or not, at that time itself you can calculate the chemistry. Otherwise you will have to store these pairs somewhere, right? So while you are checking, while you are iterating in your map and you are checking whether we can form a valid pair or not, at that time itself you can calculate the chemistry. And since we are iterating in this entire map and we are calculating the chemistry, then every pair will be counted twice, right? When I counted 2 here, it will be counted here also. So in that case, at the end, we'll return chemistry by 2. This will be our answer, chemistry by 2. Okay, so now let's code this solution. So what we'll do is, first of all, we'll take the size of the array, which is n, int n equals to skill dot size. Then we'll take a variable in total equals to 0, which is our total sum. Okay, and then we'll take a map for counting the frequencies, and then we'll loop inside the skill, so int num colon skill, and we'll calculate the total, that is the sum. So total plus equals to num, and then we'll update the map, so the key will be the number and in the value we'll have frequency, so we'll do plus plus. Now we need to check, we have the sum, we have the total size of the array, we can do it n by 2, so we know the number of pairs. So we can check whether this sum is divisible by n by 2, right? Can we divide this sum into n by 2 pairs? So we'll check that if total modulo n by 2 is not equals to 0, which means it is not divisible. In that case, we'll return minus 1, right? Otherwise, it is possible till yet. So we'll calculate the target. So what will be target? Total divided by n by 2, right? And then we'll take a variable for chemistry also. So we need to return long long. So we'll take long long chemistry equals to 0, right? Now we'll iterate inside our map. So for auto, we'll take current skill and current frequency, right, from our map. Now what we'll do, we'll calculate the difference of target minus current skill, right? So I have this difference. Now I need to check whether this difference is present in my map or not, right? If it is present, so I'll do mp dot find equals to mp dot end. That means if my difference itself is not present in the map, then that means I cannot pair this current skill with any of the element, right? So in this case also I need to return -1. And the other thing is that this was present, right? My difference was present in the map, but the frequencies were not seen. That means the current frequency was not equals to MP of diff. So in both of these two cases, I need to return -1. Now we'll calculate the chemistry. So chemistry will be equals to, it will be plus equals to, I'll convert this to long of current skill multiplied by long the difference, and it will be multiplied by the current frequency. So why we are multiplying it by current frequency? Because if the element 2 is coming 2 times in our array, then it will form 2 pairs. So it will participate in chemistry also 2 times. So we are multiplying this current skill into difference by the current frequency also. And that's why we were saying that all of our pairs will be counted twice. Since all our pairs are counted twice, at the end we will return chemistry by 2. So now let's run this. So it is accepted. We'll submit this. So it got accepted. Thank you so much for watching.